Hey everyone, and welcome back to the series of tutorials that will help you to create quick and easy, contextually accurate base models in 3ds Max. My name is Amy, and this tutorial will teach you how to use the Scriptedglu plugin in 3ds Max in order to glue the bottom of the extruded buildings we made in the last tutorial with the contour terrain we created previously in this series. So let's get started. The first thing you need to do is to download the Scriptedglu plugin from Scripted Spot, and this will come up as an MCR file, move to Surface. Once you've downloaded it, place the file inside your 3ds Max's scripts folder, as you can see here. Then when you go to 3ds Max, you can go to the scripting tab and then open new script, and then you can find the script's location. And then click open. I've already got the Scriptedglu installed, as you can see here, so I'm just going to click cancel. As you can see, we have our terrain with buildings file as we left it in the last tutorial. So we're just going to open back up this Layers Explorer, and then we're going to turn the terrain back on. And as you can see, we haven't moved the figure ground, so it is somewhere in this terrain. So the easiest thing to do is to turn that terrain back off, select everything, press W on your keyboard, and then move the figure ground buildings up on the Z axis. And then we can turn the terrain back on. As you can see, the buildings are now floating in mid-air above the terrain. So what we're going to do next is we're going to bring the Scriptedglu plugin into the view, and we are going to pick the base in which we want to attach these buildings to. So we're going to select the terrain, and then we're going to choose the Z axis on the underside of the buildings, as this is the axis we want the buildings to sit on the terrain. And then we are going to give it an offset of just below the terrain in order to make sure that these buildings glue together. So we're going to give it a value of negative, let's say 0.1, and then we're going to press glue, and it should glue the buildings to the terrain because we have the buildings that we want to be glued selected. Give that a moment. And as you can see, it has now dragged those buildings down to the terrain. And as you can see, the buildings actually go a tiny bit below the terrain, which is what that offset is doing. So now with this information, I hope that you can repeat this to all of the figure ground buildings within your area until you've created a base map with buildings and topography that match what is actually there. The next step would be to add in roads using a combination of the spline offset tool and the Boolean tool, and then from there you should have a base model that you can be proud of. Until next time, bye!